there's something before mindset, and there's what I call it a mind space. Because if your mindset sucks, it's not just a flick of a switch. Like, you just have to do it now, right? You know, you just got to go out and do it. There's never a perfect time. You can't just flip that switch and just start doing something. There is like if you dial it, but I started doing social experiments. And if you dial it down, there's this like extra stage over here. And like, it's a different mind space that kind of leads up to where you want your mindset to be, what you want it to be, what you're trying to achieve. And that mind space is like all of your emotions, like that anxiety, that jealousy, the, sadness, and all those different emotions. And if you break it down, most people, 92% of people out of the 600 that we did the social experiment on answered. We gave them 7 different emotions that they feel is preventing them from achieving what they want. Take a wild guess what 92% of the 600 said.
That prevent them from doing what they want?
Mm-hmm.
Fear?
Jealousy.
Oh, jealousy.
Wow. Which I would have never thought, ever. I would think it would be fear. And it came out to be jealousy. But what I started interviewing the people and asking them, like, why does jealousy stop you? And guess what it goes to? Fear. They're not doing something because they're jealous, but really what it is it does dial down to fear, but the jealousy is affecting that because they can't fail, because if they fail, that person they're jealous of is going to see it, and then now they look lesser. I see. So the podcast is called Mind Space Talk, and like resolving those emotions so that we can get them to that point, or get the viewers and listeners to that point of being able to adjust that mindset. Because I went through it at the beginning of my whole thing too. Like, and I knew that's what I wanted to find something to do with. Like, I knew that pain that I went through at the beginning last year, before I started the real estate company, even trying to find that drive and passion in something, dialed down to like a mind space. And I heard mindset for the first time in March with JT. Wow. He's like, you've got to fix your mindset. And I'm like, dude, you don't understand. Like, there are so many things going on up here. Like, it's making me like my anxiety shot through the roof. I was like, I'm fearful. I don't want to fail. I'm jealous of other people. I don't want them to see me and be like, oh, wow, look at him trying to be all big and tall and he just fell, Yeah. Treat you right. So that's what I was just constantly thinking about. And I started working with people, like subconsciously, just talking to people. And I've always been a person, looking back in high school and even college, where people would come talk to me. And I mean, they would give me all their problems. And I always had a response though. And it was most of the time, my response was impulsive. Like, I didn't even know what I was saying, but I would just say it because I had confidence I was giving the right thing to do. And the ones who listened, within the matter of like weeks, completely different person. And I was like, but what does it have to do with? That's why I did the social experiments and then everything else. And it turned out to be that. Wow. So that's what the podcast is, is that not a beginner level, but even people with the right mindset now, like, they have all these emotions too. And if you can find a way to manage them, man, does it change your life? Like, it makes you unstoppable almost.
So how is success similar to guitar?
How is success similar to guitar? Oh, here we go. I got one. So as you're playing a chord, right? As you're playing the guitar, right, you're hitting different chords. And the chords have to line up to make the best perfect sound, and they have to be in tune. So if there's something in the business or something in your life that isn't tuned properly and out of line a little bit, you make minor adjustments. You don't, whenever you're tuning at a guitar, you don't ever, just sit there and spin it. Just make a fine adjustment and play it, see how it goes. If it still doesn't work, tune it a little bit more. And if you miss the chord up, if you misplace, or if you play the chord slightly incorrect, right? If you miss a strum, it's okay, right? Because most of the time you can play it off. So just make the fine adjustments. And then if you keep trying, you'll eventually get it.
Nicely done. That is how success is like a guitar.